Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. And what I want to share with you today is, do mentoring, coaching, or high-ticket items actually work? Do people actually buy these things? And does it really matter if you're super big, high-time, YouTuber or famous and popular to be able to sell these? Or can you just be kind of a little bit better than average and still make it work? So stay tuned. I'm going to share with you some insights, including a screenshot of my Stripe dashboard and much more. All right, so a lot of people are interested these days into getting into higher ticket items. Yes, if you make one big sale, it seems like a big lump of money. And although that does sound great and fantastic, there's many more pitfalls behind it that you need to understand. So the question is at first, does it actually work? Can you actually sell high ticket items, even if you're not like the top 1% of YouTubers or people in the world? And the answer is yes. So here's a screenshot of my Stripe dashboard here from some of the past paid invoices. And you can see there's a mixture of invoices in here. A lot of it is for the mentoring. So because we only kind of send out invoices for mentoring. And what I will tell you is that everybody's a little bit customized in their mentoring. So I typically run an investment mentoring service. So basically we teach people how to trade and that kind of thing. So if you haven't seen my other trading video on my Traders Fly website, so we set up spreads with options kind of like this. So this might be a strategy, like one strategy. Let's see, there might be another strategy that looks like this. So we have kind of like 4 total strategies. And if you go to my website there, what happens is people can purchase 4 main strategies that you really learn and go in detail in, and that program costs $8,000. Now, to you that might sound like a lot, but remember, I'm dealing with 30 to 60 sessions, one-on-one sessions and group sessions mixed in. On average, it kind of averages out anywhere between $150 to $250 per hour by the time you kind of look through things. Now, they also get access to my courses and many other things that we offer. So it's really a good way to kind of connect with people who are highly motivated, highly dedicated to doing this. And yes, it is cheaper. Just like when you buy 5,000 business cards, it's a lot cheaper than buying 100 business cards per business card, right? So per hour, it is a lot cheaper for people, but it is a bigger sum of money. Now, that also means for me, I know they're committed, so it's consistent. So what people can do is they can buy one strategy. So that's $2,750 because of onboarding. It just takes a little bit more time, so it's a little more expensive. Or you could go ahead and get kind of the 4 main trades, really go in detail, and that's $8,000. And then there's some advanced mentoring as well that we do. But beyond that, what I will tell you is, yes, it does work. But the thing is it's not as automated as you think. If you think you're just going to go ahead and put up a $8,000 program and people are going to buy it, that's not the case. What I will tell you is that most people that get into this program through me is actually through like a single one-on-one coaching session. So most people, they do a coaching session where we spend an hour of time. It could be a couple of hours of time if they get 3 sessions or 5 sessions. And then eventually they may decide to buy mentoring. Now, some people are just one-off, meaning they go ahead and just buy a single session, like for coaching for an hour, or they might get 2 or 3 sessions, and then they're done. And I don't hear from them kind of again, because we've covered what they wanted. I've answered their questions and we're kind of done. But most of the people that do get into the mentoring program, they go through the coaching part. So don't assume that people are just going to go ahead and kind of jump up here to your high ticket item. So in my case, here's my $8,000 program. And what many people think is that, hey, we're going to start from the bottom and hop people over there. When in reality, what happens is it's kind of a stair-step thing that happens. So before they get to this mentoring program, what happens is they might do some coaching. Okay, now coaching could be $300 a session. They might also do a video course before they even get to the coaching. And again, video courses could be also $300 to $500, just depends. Before that, they might get into my membership for like a monthly membership program. So it's kind of a paid program. Before that, they might get into my ebooks or books. And before that, it's the free videos. Okay, so this could be the YouTube videos that we have. So you can see it really just stair steps people forward. So what they do is they go from one to the other to the next, and then eventually they get to the mentoring program. Now, some people you will see hop from the free videos. They might go to the video courses and then they hop maybe to the mentoring. Actually, they'd have to hop to the coaching and then they hop to the mentoring, because it's very rare that I've seen people not do the coaching before the mentoring. This is almost like a mandatory step in a way. It almost has to happen, at least in my business. Other times I've seen people just, go from the free videos to just coaching and then hop to the mentoring. So I've seen various of steps, but the coaching part, it has been kind of key or critical. But very few and rare does it happen where people are just hopping over to the mentoring from the baseline. So my point here is that, does it work? And the answer is yes, you can sell coaching and mentoring, but remember, I'm spending time 6 to 8 months with people, working with them, giving them homework, interacting with them, from group coaching to one-on-one sessions, and we're dealing with a good high-end, high-quality service. Now, if you're trying to just collect high-ticket items for like a course for $8,000, I don't know if it's possible. Because obviously then you have to have much more of a bigger base, right? You have to pull from a bigger base from down under, such as, your free videos content. Like for me right now, our YouTube subscriber base on that channel is around 160,000 subscribers. And then we're getting traffic from Pinterest, we're getting traffic from SEO and on the website. But beyond that, if you have a bigger base, yes, of course, maybe your video courses, you could sell higher end, or webinars. But what I will find and tell you is there are people out there that do have quite a bit of money and they can pay for the service. But are you giving them a high quality enough service or program or whatever it is to be able to handle that? Because when I'm dealing with, here, as I'll show you, when I'm dealing with people, when I'm coaching and mentoring them, a lot of these invoices and things that I'm working with here, they're customized. Some people want to only do the first half of the mentoring. They may only want to do just part of the mentoring. Other people want to do the full program. Some people want to do 3 payments. Some people want to do 5 payments. Do you go ahead and add like extra fees for that? For me, I don't really worry about it too much. I just say, hey, if they're committed, they're dedicated, it's fine. I just break out the payments a little bit, and as long as they're on track, it's fine. We're going to build a good relationship together. Other people, they do it, they try to automate a little bit more, and I tried to do that in the past, to automate it. Hey, sign up here and you can automate it. But I find everybody's a little bit different when they're paying a little bit higher, and if you can kind of work with them, you're much more likely to land the clients. Whereas I know some people in some mentoring programs, what they'll do, say, no, this is our payment, this is our terms, you got to make it work. And it just becomes such a big stretch. It becomes so difficult for other people that are trying to pay and buy your high quality program, that especially if they're going to build a relationship with you, if you're not willing to bend a little bit for them, then I just feel like it's not a win-win relationship. So you have to really work with people as you're offering higher end services. Now, in your case, you might be offering even more higher end services, like $50,000 for coaching, mentoring, evaluations, whatever it is, because maybe you're dealing on a corporate level. I'm dealing here with individuals. So a corporation can much more afford, or a business, $50,000 or $100,000 for services, whereas an individual may not be able to stretch things that far. And I have to kind of customize things just because this is the industry I'm in. But for you, in your case, you might be able to be a little bit more, make it a little bit more automation based, or make it more kind of automatic, and do kind of more memberships. And that's perfectly fine, and more power to you. But it kind of depends on the industry. And that's what I will tell you, is because dealing with this over the last few years, I've tried different things, and I think it really just depends on your clientele, and you have to cater to the customer. Because if your customer base doesn't have that kind of funds or money to pay, then obviously it's not going to work. That's number one. Number two, you have to be a little more flexible. Number three, you really have to, put hard work and effort into it. For me, I can only handle 3 or 4 mentoring clients per month, because otherwise it just spreads my attention, because I have to put the time into it. It's not something I can outsource to my team, with the exception of maybe some onboarding and some of those kinds of things. So you have to really put the time into it. But can you make it work? Can you make it work as a one-person team? Absolutely. But you have to have a big enough base here to be able to make it work, such as enough free videos or blog posts or content or books to be able to funnel people into that. So how are you going to funnel people into that? That's the big question. And every industry is a little bit different. I will tell you that, because when I deal with the coaching and the mentoring for business one-on-one like this, it's a whole different ballgame than when I'm dealing with investors, because as I'm dealing with investors, we're dealing with all these strategies and they're so different. They're more technical and all this. Business people are more creative and, you know, they have ideas flowing, and some of them are a little bit more tech savvy. Whereas some of the investors, they might be even old school, more math based. So it's a whole different ballgame. So it really just about understanding your customer, but does the mentoring thing or high tickets items, can it work? Absolutely. You just have to structure it accordingly and tweak it to your audience. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video and you got a lot out of it. And if you did and you want to see other great freebies and trainings that I have, feel free to click the link over here. You can download some of those freebies, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or check out more great videos. Thanks again. And remember, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you in the next video.